Sup nerds! Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm actually super excited for today's video. We're doing another unique one. So I originally had, I've said whoa. I've said this I think once before. I'm not sure how many of you have heard it, but I created this channel because I wanted it to be a place for books, movies, TV shows. We're talking about all the good juicy stuff. I wanted to talk about all the juicy stuff, all the juicy tea, what new movies, those kind of stuff, new releases, my thoughts, my opinions, where I can just kind of speak freely. But I kind of stuck to the books because I just fell in love, and there were so many. It was like a huge world, a whole new world. And so I stuck to the book kind of stuff, but I've done one TV show video. And so today we're going to actually do a fun one because I love Marvel. If you do not know, I am a huge fan. Captain America is my #1 favorite superhero of all time. He's the best, and don't even try to fight me on that. That is one thing I will not take criticism on is Captain America. So we don't want to go right now. Anyway, I thought it would be super fun, and someone actually commented and recommended, requested, they wanted to see a Marvel movie ranking. So for today, we're actually just gonna stick to the Avengers. So we're gonna do the Avengers movies. We're gonna do the main 4 Avengers plus Black Widow. So we're gonna stick to that just because if we would be here all day if I was trying to go through all of them, but like we have obviously there's Ant-Man, the Spider-Mans, there's so many spin-off series that have so many movies that I was like, okay, wait, maybe we'll just do a separate video if you guys want to see that, but for now we're gonna just rank the Avengers movies. So if you guys like Marvel, if you guys like talking about movies, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's just get started. I'm trying to sit up, but I want to slouch, so let me slouch, okay? So I'm slouching. Okay, so we're gonna screen record, and I kind of did this, I did this with some books a little bit ago, but I really like this because it kind of gives you tiers, if you will. You can create your own spot for them. So I've made 5 different spots. So we have obviously the highest, perfection. We have orange, which is good, really good, they're good. Purple, which is not bad, it's not bad. I'll watch it, but I won't go out of my way to watch it, and then we have needs work, which could be better, definitely has some little things that I don't love, but there's also no, which is a hard pass, literally no, don't watch this movie. So again, we're just doing the Avengers movies, the main 4 Avengers, so Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, and then we're going to slide Black Widow's movie in there just because I wanted to talk about that. So let's start with the Avengers movie. So first we have the first Avengers movie, which is the Avengers. I like this movie a lot. I thought it was a great movie. I have to go with good, though. I don't think it was perfect. I definitely think it has first book in a series syndrome, first movie in a series syndrome, where it's good, but you don't know what you need until you get the rest of the series, oh my gosh, I needed that, and so, they just get better and better, but I really like that movie. Enough said. Then we have Age of Ultron. Now, I don't know where to rank this. I think I'm going to pop Age of Ultron in not bad. I don't love that movie, but I don't hate it. I don't think it needs work or anything like that. I think it's just my personal preference. There are a lot, I think my sister loves this movie. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who love this movie. It's just me. it's not my favorite. That's all I have to say. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know why. It's just not, I don't think it's, that good, but I don't think it's that bad. So it definitely goes right there in the middle. But then we have Avengers, Infinity War. Yes. Avengers Infinity War. I love this movie. I'm trying to think, though, because it's hard to separate Infinity War and Endgame in my head. But I think I have to go with Infinity War just being perfection. The Avengers movies are so good, and so in general you're gonna enjoy them all if you watch them all, and I really loved Infinity War. Yeah, I have to go with that, but I also again have to put in Endgame up in perfection as well, because Endgame was so good, so good. But honestly, Infinity War was like, now it's coming back to me, is it ends with like the battle in oh my gosh, Infinity War is the one with the freaking scene. Is it Infinity War? It might be Endgame. One of them has the scene with the train and Captain America, and the train is going by, and then Captain America's on the other side, and I'm like, oh my god, I love him. Chris Evans. Woo! Love him. So that's where I would put those. Let's go in with the Captain America movies. So Captain America has 3 movies right now with my man Chris Evans. I love him so much. But in general, if you're curious, it's not just about the person who's playing Captain America, when it comes to these. I just think the movies were so well done that, like, you cannot deny their perfection, and I'm gonna give a lot of these perfect because they're so good, and the story of Captain America becoming a superhero is so, like, iconic because it's so true. It's so true, and it's so right that I love it. I love it, and you cannot deny it. Okay, so Captain America, the first Avenger, perfection. This movie is so good. You get to see Captain America's growth into a superhero, but also you get, again, there's just like something about becoming, like, being bullied and then overcoming that and becoming literally an icon. Like, it's iconic. Like, you cannot deny that. Captain America is incredible, and everything Captain America stands for is just chef's kiss. So anyway, let's go with that. The Winter Soldier, I would have to go with good. I like The Winter Soldier a lot. It's not bad. Like, if I'm watching the set, if I'm rewatching all the, Captain Americas, I'm definitely gonna watch it. But I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to watch it. Like, I think it's good. Like, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. But let's go. Civil War has to go with perfection as well. I think Civil War is one of my favorite Avengers movies of all time. Like, that movie is so good because you just get everything you want. It's like there's been this build up forever for between Captain America and Iron Man. They just needed a reason to, like, throw down, and I loved it. I thought it was so well, like, I guess written, but, like, the story was so, like, put together, like, so flawless from start to finish that, like, I could watch this movie every day. Honestly, I could watch the first Captain America every day as well, but, like, Civil War also is just so good. So good. Alright, then we have the Iron Mans. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember any of these Iron Mans at all. But I just, like, was like, let me see. I think I'm gonna put them all in not bad. Because I don't remember them, but I don't remember hating them. So there was definitely, like, there was definitely a point where I was like, I hate Iron Man. I was like, we got beef. It's okay. Like, I don't need him. I don't need to like him. But then after I watched the movies, I remember being like, okay, like, it's fine. Like, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Like, and they're kind of cool. Like, whatever. But they're definitely not my favorite movies. And I definitely will not watch them again unless someone's like, you need, like, please watch it with me. Like, again, I'm not gonna force them. And even if someone was like, please watch with me, I might, like, try to suggest something else first. Like, I'm definitely not gonna go out of my way to watch these, like, at all. So I liked them, didn't love them. I definitely think, like, yeah, they're just, like, not the best. I forgot to mention that Hulk's movies I didn't include because both of those movies are just not even the same Hulk as the Avengers, and so it was really annoying. And then I also don't really remember those movies at all. I don't even know if I've seen them, and so I didn't include those. Sorry. I kept saying I did, but I did not. Anyway, Iron Man, not bad. I just think there are better movies out there for sure. Alright, let's go with Thor. And it's so crazy. I'm like, Thor got 4 movies. Everyone else got 3. And Thor got 4, and then he's probably still coming with them. I thought the first Thor was good. I thought, again, it was one of those, like, first movie in a series syndrome where, like, you like it a lot. You have no idea what the heck they're gonna do after that, though. And so that's why I really like this movie, because it's definitely a good, like, you're hooked, you're like, oh my gosh, like, who is Thor and, like, what's going on? And so you want to know more for sure. And so I really liked that as well. And so I really like that. That movie. Is it, like, the perfect best movie ever? No. Like, if we're comparing any of those movies to each other, it's definitely not, like, oh my gosh. But it's good. It's a good one. Thor: The Dark World. I did not like this movie. Honestly, I might pop it down to, like, needs work, because I think that there was a lot of, it wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't bad, but it was kind of bad. It wasn't, like, not that it was horrible, it was just, it needs work. Like, it just was not, like, the way that I needed it to be. Especially if you're coming in off of the first Thor, we kind of just need to be, again, pulled in. And because I think this one has like battling like with the Avengers and like just different movies, I could understand how it's a struggle to kind of make this book, like this movie, good. But I just feel like I think it needs a bit of work. It did need a little bit of work. Alright, then we have Thor Ragnarok. This movie is so good. I don't know. I can't put it in perfection, although I would probably put it like between perfection and good, because it's definitely like really good. It's just not perfection. Like my dad really loves this movie, and I think it's so good. It is so good. It's so funny, and there's a lot of good moments to it. I love Loki too, but then the sister is just fun. Like there's a like you're like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of good to it. I just never like Thor just ended up not being my thing. Like if you were asking me which one I liked better between Civil War and like Thor Ragnarok, it's 110% Civil War, so I don't want to put them in the same category. And that goes for all the movies in the perfection. I think they're all better than Thor Ragnarok, but I do think Thor Ragnarok is really good. So if you like haven't watched that one or whatever, that one's good. If you were like let down by The Dark World and you're like, I don't want to continue, watch Thor Ragnarok. But that being said, do not watch Thor Love and Thunder. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Literally, don't do it. Thor Love and Thunder was the biggest joke of a movie I've ever seen in my life. That's a lie, but like very close to it. It was a big joke, and I'm like, it made me mad because if you guys do not know, like in the end of Thor, in the end of Avengers, Thor ends up becoming like just ridiculous. And I know a lot of people have their theories on like why. They're like, oh my gosh, but because Thor would have been stronger than Thanos, so they needed to make sure Thor was like not able to use his full power, because if he was, he would have been stronger than than Thanos. So he would have been able to defeat him right away. And I'm like, that's so stupid. And then they were saying the same for Hulk and all this stuff, and I'm like, that is so dumb. Like, come on, like let's be so for real right now. Like, why don't we just make Thanos stronger? Because this is the idea here. This is the idea here. You know, that Thanos is unstoppable. And so I was like, that was a little bit stupid. I also heard that is it Chris Hemsworth? I think it is Chris Hemsworth. What is his brother's name? Oh, Liam. So yeah, this is Chris. Chris Hemsworth. I also heard that he asked to be more of a comedic relief character. Like he wanted to be funnier. Again, these are not like credible sources. I just heard this through the grapevine somehow. But I did hear things that he wanted to be funnier. And that's what it seems like, because a lot of his funny parts are not even freaking funny. You're like, you're so stupid. Like, you look dumb. And so that's what makes me off at the end of Thor. Like, I feel like Thor was definitely like, oh my gosh. And so that's what happened when Thor Love and Thunder came out. It was just a big joke. Everyone was stupid. No one knew what the heck was happening. They just all wanted to be making jokes the whole time. And I'm like, there are hilarious characters for sure in the Thor like movies, but I'm like, Thor didn't need to be funny. Rocket's in this movie. Rocket didn't need to be funny. Like also the Rocks guy. What is his name? Gorg, something like that. The rock guy, he didn't need to be funny. Like, all of them are funny, then what the heck are we watching? It's like a giant comedy, but then why is it in a Marvel movie if it's gonna be a comedy? You know? I don't know. That was just my opinion. I thought it was a big joke, and I was just like, let's not and say we did. Let's not and say we did not. How about that? Because we don't need to do this. I was so annoyed about that, and so that's just my opinion. I also I don't have a Hulk movie up here, but I was also annoyed at the end of Avengers the way they did Hulk, because I'm just like, he's so stupid. My dad loves it though. He's like, it's so funny, and I'm like, it's so dumb. Like, not Hulk being like the strongest Avenger, and then he's so dumb he can't even control his Hulk. I'm like, this is stupid. Okay, whatever. I know everyone has their opinions on that, but that's just my opinion. I think it's so dumb. Okay, last but not least, we have Black Widow. Again, I didn't want this video to be too long, so that's why we only did these, but we have to put Black Widow in. Oh, I'm torn. I'm torn between perfection and good. I don't know that Black Widow was perfection. I definitely think it's really good. I think it has a lot of potential to be perfection. I think it definitely has, same thing like I was saying, first movie in a series a syndrome, where it's so good, but I know that they can do more and it can get better. So I have to give it good. I think that this movie though, I don't know, I don't, That's not to say that they're gonna make more. I have no idea. I have no idea what Marvel's been doing, and like, you know, honestly, once Captain America decided to get old, I was kind of like, okay, I'm over this. It's not my favorite. I do like the spin-off like movies more, but I just hope they don't make any more Avengers. Don't make any more Captain America's, like, don't do any of those anymore. I don't know what they're gonna do though. Anyway, I think they are gonna do another Avengers, and I'm like scared, spooky scared about what's gonna happen. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but my point is that I know that Black Widow could get better, and so that's why I gave it good and not perfection. But honestly, guys, that's everything. I really didn't know it was gonna be this quick, but like, I'm a very opinionated person, and so I can talk for forever and forever about like my opinions on stuff. The Avengers movies are so incredible, and I think they're so good. I definitely think that the new wave of Avengers movies that are coming out are just a little bit stupider. They're just not the best, and so I definitely like Doctor Strange. I have my opinion on that stupid movie. The second Doctor Strange was horrid, and I definitely have my opinion on those things, but obviously I just didn't want to shove them all in this video here. But I do have to say, like, the OG Marvel movies are so good, and I know a lot of people who like Iron Man, so it's just me who doesn't like. I just didn't like his cockiness. I just don't like the way he was portrayed, and you know, obviously I think that's a me problem, not necessarily a him problem, because it's entertaining. It's just, for me, it wasn't my favorite kind of character to watch, but I know a lot of people who like those movies, so I definitely say, like, if you're looking for like where do I start, or like what do I watch, I would just go with like, I would probably watch them in release order, in my opinion, because it's hard to watch them. Although, like, watching them in order of, like, just watch all the Avengers straight, all the Captain America straight, all the Iron Man straight, it will be fine. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, honestly. You could just pick one, watch it, you'll be fine, and you'll love it. But I definitely say, like, watch the older ones first. So watch, like, Avengers, watch Captain America, watch Iron Man, watch the original Thor. I honestly don't even know if I'd go farther than that. I'd watch first Thor and the third Thor. So watch Thor, watch Thor, then watch Thor, Thor Ragnarok, and you'll be happy with that. And then honestly, if you watch Black Widow, I think that one's good too. But these are like just the OGs. So honestly, oh my gosh, I honestly could do a video on the Avengers shows too, because those are interesting. Don't watch WandaVision. Just don't do it. I'll just say that. Alright, guys. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below your favorite Avengers movies. Do we love any of the same ones? Are you a Captain America fan? Because if not, don't tell me. But hopefully you are, because Captain America is the best. Let me know if you want to see more videos that are like movie talking about, or TV shows, anything like that. Are any of you watching The Voice this season? Because we could talk about it. Let me know. Alright, bye nerds.